Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today, August 25th, to bring you some of the, trying this again. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to bring you some of the inspiration from Yogananda's original lessons. I don't know, Zoom is doing something new since I got back from Mexico. We were on vacation and we're actually technically still on vacation. Today's our last day on this beautiful August day. And the reading I wanted to discuss this morning briefly says this: to meditate a short time with depth is better than to meditate for long hours with the mind running wild. In the beginning, therefore, don't force yourself to sit for a long time. Strive for shorter but deeper meditations. Then gradually, as you become accustomed to going deep, lengthen the time you sit in meditation. It's so interesting how our minds work, because I can't tell you all the times through the years that friends have come to me to check in on their meditation, and maybe they've been meditating for 10 years, but they quote this particular passage from Yogananda as if to say, it's okay to meditate for a short time. And indeed, it's true that when the mind begins to wander, well, ideally, after we've been meditating for some time, I mean for a number of years, we have learned some techniques that we can employ when the mind begins to wander, to bring it back, to keep bringing it back into stillness, because stillness is the voice of God. And if we get into the habit of allowing our minds to wander and to be restless, then we create the habit of restless meditation, which is not a good thing. So indeed, what this reading is saying in part is best not to establish that habit, best to do our best to go as deeply, as quickly as we can, and do that for as long as we can. And then when the mind begins to wander, get up. And he says that about in the beginning when we first learn meditation, because presumably at that point, we have not yet learned a number of techniques that can help us cope with the restless mind. Reckless too, yes, but restless during our meditations. So the length of time, the number of years, that is to say, that we've been meditating is directly related to this particular quotation of Yogananda's. However, the principle remains true, which is to say that it is important not to establish the habit of restlessness during our meditations. And if our mind becomes active, too active, and if we can't bring it back to stillness, no matter how many times we try, we keep trying to bring it back, even if we get it back just a little bit, it's good to keep trying and to go deeper. But if after trying again and again and again, in fact, we sort of wake up from a daydream in our meditation and we realize that we, in fact, have not been meditating and we can't seem to still our restless mind, then yes, do get up from that meditation unless you end up creating a habit of that restless mind. So the important thing is, and if we read very carefully what he says here, is to meditate a short time with depth is better than to meditate long hours with the mind running wild. In the beginning, therefore, don't force yourself to sit for a long time. Strive for shorter but deeper meditations. Then gradually, as you become accustomed to going deep, lengthen the time you sit in meditation. So if we read it very carefully, he's saying establish the habit of going deep in meditation as quickly as we can in each meditation, even when we're very new at it. And then slowly over time begin to lengthen the meditation once we've experienced the depth of it. So that is my prayer to you, for you today, that you take word for word this particular advice from Paramhansa Yogananda. And if we're honest with ourselves and if we apply ourselves diligently, we will be able to go deep and longer in our meditations. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.